Grace and I started the Panther Fits. Fits is short for outfits, and it's a sharing closet and career closet. Emphasis on career because when we first started, the idea was that we were going to help our older students in the high school get clothes because they're starting, once you hit junior, senior, you start interviewing. You need clothes for colleges, for scholarships, for dinners and banquets. So our idea was, let's even the playing field and provide them with some clothes that will, that maybe not everybody can have access to. We literally thought we were going to have a closet somewhere in the school, but when we brought it up, it was so accepted by Principal Brandel that this is what he offered us. And when we took it to the community, this is what happened. And so it's been just astounding, the amount and quality of donations that have come through. It's just been pretty amazing for us.
It is. We've got student workers that help out in here. The students they designed and built these clothes racks from our tech and graphics department. They installed them. We had a former student paint the whole area, donate his time, and then Sherwin-Williams donated the paint, as well as we have students that come in for their life skills class to learn how to vacuum, learn how up and take inventory and come up with things that might be needed. So
sometimes I think, in a smaller community, people don't realize that there's a need out there for that.
Yes, so it came from our administration, right from the top, and the school board. They took that time to do the survey and get that demographic data to ensure that we were getting the correct help in the ways that were needed.
The businesses that donated were part of the chamber. We wouldn't be able to do half of this without the donations that they put forward and their support. I mean, and it's not just one or two, where they're looking at least a half a dozen. We would, be remiss to not say thank you to the chamber for making this such a good community.
This building was built around the 1850s. This building has always had an operating business out of it. My grandpa owned the building since 1948, and one side was vacant. And my Uncle Dean, he decided he wanted to deal with people, so he opened a restaurant in 1962. Dino's Pizzas and Subs is I don't even want to call it a restaurant, it's a pizza and sub shop. We keep it very simple. We tell people it's like going to grandma's house. You want to grab a soda, you go grab it. You let us know what you got, we'll ring you out. We basically only provide two foods, hot submarine sandwiches and thin crust, Chicago-style pizza. It's just tradition, small, simple, same stuff that my uncle's been cooking and created back in the 60s, and we just keep it that way. Unfortunately, my dad and Dean co-owned the building, and they both passed away 10 days apart, and we had to close Dean's restaurant. We found out that nothing could be grandfathered. His kitchen was obsolete. So me and some friends built an entirely new kitchen to get up and operating. And then we slowly did small renovations to try to just protect the history of the building. When we started opening the walls, we found 3 fires inside the walls that snuffed themselves out. So we had to do a full electrical upgrade. So my goal has always been to just keep kind of working on the building for the next generation to be able to enjoy. We've replaced the windows, we just got a new roof, we rebuilt the chimney, we took the center wall out, took my grandpa's old liquor store and added seating, so our dining area is a little bit bigger. All the work that I'm doing is for the next generation. I just would like to see it hit a 100-year anniversary. That would be cool.
Clips and Tips is a full-service salon and spa, including, and happily not limited to, all hair and nail services, tanning, facials, body waxing, eyelash and hair extensions, and more. We have a fantastic team of 9 who absolutely love what we do, and we're always looking to branch out and try new things. We purchased the building at 1209 Eastern Avenue on June 13th. We had a crazy deadline for ourselves, and we made it in 6 weeks. We remodeled everything, the entire space and we moved in. We accomplished our dreams and love every minute of being under our own roof and in our fully team designed and customized space. We couldn't have done it without our amazing team of people and the love and support of our community. And I'd like to thank my husband Hugh Hollister, Mark Fowler, Travis from All American HVAC, Mike and his team at Bill's Electric, Oliver and Shelley at McKay Plumbing, R&R Moving, Sheboygan Roofing, Chuck at Harder's Disposal, Tim from Zuka Contracting and others, but most of all my amazing salon team for all the hard work and support. We appreciate the past and where it has got us, but we're never looking back, only forward to further our dreams and more.
I've been on the Chamber Board of Directors for the past 7 years, and this past year I chaired the committee for the Cheese Capital Festival, which was a brand new event for Plymouth. And I also serve on the board of directors right here at the cheese counter representing my employer, Masters Gallery Foods. There used to be something called the Cheese Derby Days in Plymouth that started in the 50s and ran into the early 80s, and we wanted to kind of revive that. We wanted to bring back a big event, celebrate our identity as the cheese capital of the world. So we did it, and it kicked off Friday night with a mac and cheese contest that sold out in about 15 minutes. We had a lot of bands, and Saturday morning kicked off with a grand parade with lots of cheese being thrown out. We had a cheese eating contest at Stayer Park that was a big draw, and then more music, kids activities.
To see that kind of happen and all the work that went into it, it was really neat to see. And then we got a chance to help out and volunteer the whole weekend at it, and our kids helped out with us and volunteered the whole weekend, so it was really a neat event.
We're happy to jump in and lend a hand whenever Mary and Angie need it. We helped mark all the booth spaces for Mill Street, which had record attendance, and helped out during the festival as well, moving benches around, setting up eating areas for people. The Cheese Festival itself, it takes hundreds of hours to pull off a big event like that, something that took literally a year of planning to execute. So it's a big undertaking. Those events just don't happen, and we had a great team that helped out as well. What I like about Plymouth is the collaboration between businesses and just seeing all the engagement that we've had. The sponsorships have been incredible, business participation and the parade, and also at the event itself. And
I think there's a lot of community support in Plymouth, not just at the Cheese Festival, but just in Plymouth in general. So that's always really great to see. So just things like that in Plymouth just make you feel good about lending a hand and helping out, knowing that support is there.
I'm a lifelong resident of Plymouth, born, raised my family here, my children. As they grew up and went on with their adult lives, I had a little spare time and was looking to get more involved. At that point, clients of mine, Jerry and Angie, invited me to a PRN group, which would be the Plymouth Referral Network. I did that, and it snowballed from there. I became an ambassador for the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce. I then was on the board of directors, which led to being president-elect and president. One of the biggest moments for me that I felt was that I had a huge hand in that impacted the community was with the Plymouth Mill Pond Lake Association and the kayak launch project. Just to run into people on the street and hear them talk about how such an asset that it is to them, their kids, it's a real feel-good moment. What I like about service work in Plymouth is the friendships that I have made and kept over the years. It's rewarding. I'm happy as a realtor when I'm welcoming new families to the area. It's an awesome feeling knowing the community that we are and that they're going to love it probably as much as I do. Jerry Matzdorf was a very good friend. The amount of activity I have in this community with the chamber is due to Jerry and is like nudging along the way. To be nominated in itself, I feel extremely honored. It's very humbling.
We originally came to Plymouth over 35 years ago, and I found Plymouth a fantastic area to raise a family. It was safe, and it provided a living for my family and myself as well. 20 years ago, my wife and I started the business, Arch Solar. Now we serve probably more than 400 residential customers per year, just installing solar and energy storage. We serve Southeast Wisconsin and the greater surrounding area. And we have employees that are both here in Plymouth and Southeast Wisconsin. Solar is kind of a niche industry here, especially in Plymouth. One of the things that I did early on in my career was I looked at what was happening on East Coast and the West Coast. And what I quickly realized was that is a flourishing industry in both locations. And I thought someday it might make it here to the Midwest. And it did exactly that, probably a little sooner than what I thought. And the technology and the solar panels alone, they have probably doubled in efficiency since I started in the industry 20 years ago. And the battery technology, we moved on from flooded lead acid like car batteries to mostly high technology and very manageable lithium type of batteries. We have a lot of customers that understand that they have a choice whether they purchase their own electricity and produce it themselves, or they purchase it from the utility. And a lot of consumers are finding that for either environmental reasons, financial reasons, or resiliency reasons, that they can own their own electricity.
My parents originally started the business. My father always wanted to own a hardware store. In 1977, he moved to Plymouth and started his hardware store. A few years later, opening up a furniture store on the second floor in downtown Plymouth. In 2008, they closed down the hardware store and just exclusively sold the furniture. 15 years ago, my parents were ready to retire and asked me to come back and take over the business. My family and I moved back here and have been here ever since. Plymouth Furniture has been selling furniture since the 80s, and we started out by selling custom ordered furniture, mainly recliners and mattresses. But in the last 20 years, we've really been a catch-all for furniture, where you can buy your first house, go to our clearance center, find some great deals, but also if you're looking for that exact piece that really ties the room together in different fabrics or different choices of leg color, we have that. And the combination of the two really allows anybody from their 20s to their 80s to be coming in and purchasing furniture. And in the last year, we've also added appliances, because there used to be 4 or 5 different appliance stores, and now nobody is selling appliances in the area. Plymouth is a welcoming community that values family-owned businesses like ours. If it wasn't for our great customers in Plymouth and surrounding communities shopping with us, we would not be here.
Hartman's Bakery, we have a wide variety of baked goods, from bars to cookies, donuts, breads, buns, specialty cakes. The reason we decided to open in Plymouth was Plymouth is our home. We knew a need for a bakery here in town, and we had a great product and we wanted to offer it to our community. Hartman's Bakery has been open for over 60 years, while the location in Plymouth, we have been open for a little bit longer than 3 years. My family owns the bake location, so we don't bake here in Plymouth. They own the bake location in Manitowoc. The response has been great. I don't think Neil or I really knew what to expect. Again, we knew we had a good product, we knew there was a need, and I guess you could say, it definitely is exceeding any expectation that maybe we ever had to start. Our number one seller are our sugar cookies. I feel we have a great product. They taste amazing. And then following our sugar cookies are just a regular Long John. Hartman's Bakery does offer special orders. We can provide anything from 1 cookie to thousands of cookies. No order is too big or too small. We absolutely love doing business here in Plymouth. There's a large community support no matter what's going on, whether it's just purchasing from the other small businesses to showing up for fundraisers or benefits for each other, sharing social media posts. We all kind of started as strangers, and now I consider a lot of the business owners my good friends.
Meinhardt Orthodontics is a small business located in Sheboygan and Plymouth. We do braces and Invisalign from all ages. We have some kids who are as young as 7, a lot of adults, teens, and then all the way up to 70-year-olds, so all different ages, and just looking to help people improve their smile and their self-confidence. We've been here for 7 years now. Previously to that, it was Dr. Magestro, and he was here for 47 years. So carrying on that tradition that he started back in the 70s has been really rewarding. So we had been renting space, office space in Plymouth for many years, and it was during the COVID shutdown. It was April of 2020. I was thinking about having more permanent roots in Plymouth because we love it there, and kind of toured an abandoned building. Ended up closing on it, and we've been there ever since 2020 and absolutely love it. It's nice to have more permanent roots in Plymouth. We love splitting our time between Sheboygan and Plymouth locations, seeing all the Plymouth families in the community. A lot of times new patients will ask, what's your address or where you located, because they've never been there before. We could say 1415 Eastern Ave, but the directions we use for Plymouth is we're right across the road from Chester's, and everybody immediately knows where we're at. So that small community is wonderful.
Next Up Insurance is an insurance company that has been around for 11 years since the Affordable Care Act started, and we help people get Medicare, individual insurance, employee benefits, and we pride ourselves in making it understandable, taking something that's complicated and making it simple. We work with corporations, small businesses down to 2 lives, all the way up to whatever as far as employee benefits, health insurance options. We work with individuals that are retiring. Maybe they are 26 and getting kicked off their mother's plan, and so it's all health insurance for the individual or family. And then we also specialize in Medicare options, whether it's Advantage plans or supplements, so anybody 65 and older or going on Medicare disability. We chose to be in Plymouth by accident. It was looking for a rental place that was affordable. But then as we grew, we realized this was the community we wanted to stay in. And there's been opportunities as we grew to move to different communities, but we've always chosen to stay here. I love being on Mill Street and being part of the downtown Plymouth area and that community. I like being part of Plymouth because it's family and it's a small town, but we're close by to Sheboygan. We can go to Milwaukee if you need to, but you have that small town feel of Plymouth. I don't really want to be distant in this community. I want to be a part of the community. One last thing is that people don't understand it's free to talk to us. We're in some ways a community service. It never is a charge to come talk to us, and we will give them the best opinion, best options that they can walk out knowing what they got. I think people are afraid to talk to insurance agents, and we're really friendly here, and we will help them find the right option.
JDL Automotive and Detailing started in 2013. We actually started in Waldo, Wisconsin, about 7 miles south of here. Once we outgrew that building, we decided to move into Plymouth and found our current location, where we've been operating since late 2014. We started with obviously detailing, and since then we've expanded out to service, auto accessories, car sales, and also we are an authorized U-Haul rental center. We love Plymouth and love doing business here. It's a small enough town where everybody cares, everybody takes care of their own. Coming into town and being a first-time business owner, sometimes it can be difficult to start a business from the ground up. And the Plymouth community does a really great job of supporting small businesses. We do value our reputation very highly, being very active in the community. We also feel that's very important as well, so we're very big with that, whether it be a referral group with the Chamber or an after-hours social event, getting to network with other business owners in the area. That's extremely important and does essentially help you grow your business.
Pleasant View Realty is a family-owned company that we started a little more than 21 years ago. When we started Pleasant View, we had 3 realtors and 2 support staff. Today, After much growth, we now have 26 realtors and a support staff of 3. We chose Plymouth because we like it here. In fact, we actually love it here.
Now, part of the reason that we love it here is that we're able to help people. We put a smile on their face when they close on a house, and thank you, which makes it really feel good that we've done a good job. And for that reason, we feel that we are blessed.
We are lifelong residents of the Plymouth area, 70+ years. Plymouth is small town living at its best, with friendly people who care, who take pride in their business, in their homes, in their relationships. Our motto is building relationships on trust. That is our way of doing business. We love to get involved in community events and helping people in this little slice of heaven that we call home.
Project Angel Hugs, we started in 1999 for my little sister, Vanessa Jensema. She just realized that the other children at the hospital weren't getting the same gifts and support that she was. So we started off doing a toy drive. She would make cards and crafts for her friends at the hospital, and we have evolved from there. It's our 25th year. Last year, we served 477 families of children with cancer. And we do that by making gift boxes for them. And then another important part of what we do is we incorporate our local youth. They come to our office and make cards and crafts of encouragement, just so the kids know that they have friends and support behind them. Project Angel Hugs has really been growing our program. We now reach out to Children's Hospital of Milwaukee and make them gift packages as well, toys, arts and crafts kits, and cards and crafts of encouragement made by our local healthy youth. We have 477 families that we touched last year, and that is obviously local as well as worldwide. We're all over the United States and the United Kingdom now. We're really growing what we send to these children. We've doubled our box sizes, trying to include more toys and gifts, books, things that will keep the kids busy and just give them a little bit of a distraction. We have volunteers that come in both from local schools, as well as we're blessed with a lot of adult volunteers that are retired and graciously give us their time. Project Angel Hugs is really trying to work with other nonprofits that minister to children with cancer and just offer them the resources. These families are watching their child fight for their life. They don't have time to look what's out there. So we try to connect them with those. We were actually able to work with another nonprofit that was able to give all of our families financial support. And we had one that was in dire need. They were about to lose their house, and they were able to pay that mortgage off for them. So that's just incredible to be able to help these families in more ways.
So the Family Resource Center is a nonprofit agency here in Plymouth, Wisconsin. We serve all of Sheboygan County, and we have 2 main programs. The first is our Parents as Teachers program. This is a program that visits families within their home setting, wherever they're comfortable, and we help parents be their child's first and best teacher. We have a team of 5 parent educators who are certified, highly trained in what they do, and they go in and visit families essentially from birth until a child is about 3 years old. We come in to celebrate what you're doing as a parent and to tell you all the amazing things you're doing and to help you be the best parent that you can be to help your child learn using the things that you already have in your home and helping to build some of those skills up so that families have the best outcomes. We also have our Literacy Council. Literacy Council joined the Family Resource Center in 2007, and in this program the main thing that we're known for within the Literacy Council is our volunteer tutoring program. About 95% of our students are learning English as an additional language. The student gets an assessment, gets matched up with a tutor, learning the language, writing, speaking, understanding. We also, as a part of our Literacy Council, have the Workplace Literacy program. And this is a program that goes into businesses and works with employers on helping to teach English skills to their employees. And we go into businesses and the students are actually learning on site within their workday. We've got a team of 12 of us who are here in the office, and then within our workplace literacy program is another 12 part-time folks who work all over the community. And it's so cool to be a part of this building and to be a part of Plymouth. We get to really just see a lot of people, and we're able to participate in a lot of things because of being here and, you know, specifically in this building, but then just being in the community.
Our business is Con Floral and Greenhouses. We're based in Sheboygan. We noticed this location down here on Mill Street vacant this past summer and decided to open a shop here in Plymouth. And we've been really happy to be well received by the customers down here and the merchants too. So we're focusing on garden-related gifts and garden houseplants. Obviously we can't bring our greenhouse here and have all the live goods and things that we have in our Sheboygan shop, but we're trying to bring the best of what we can in our garden-related gifts and actually have offerings here in the gift category that we don't offer in Sheboygan too. So we just kind of are finding what our customers are wanting and trying to fill that need. We've lived in the Chicago area, my wife and I, for 30 years. We much prefer being in a little town like this. The customers are more friendly, the merchants around are more friendly. It's just a better place to be. You become personal friends or acquaintances with your customers and actually form relationships. We do have houseplants. We do want to have some kind of plant presence here, being a garden center. But other major gift categories here for us are wind chimes, unique outdoor decor, whether it be garden stakes, small fountains, rugs and mats and flags, to just name a few. I just think that the downtown area down here on Mill Street has such a unique group of owners that really work together. It's, you know, some of us even carry similar merchandise, but I like to call it a co-opetition. You know, we're not, you know, working against each other, we're working with each other.
When I first was thinking about Ivy and Oak and what I wanted it to be, I wanted it to be more of a destination. I wanted it to be a vibe. I wanted you to come in and feel at ease and enjoy yourself. So everything we choose here, we have an emphasis on local and American made. We are passionate about bringing these treasures to our community and visitors. Plymouth was an easy choice for me. It's a great community. It's got all the small town charm, and the community spirit is strong, and it's all about lifting each other up. As for joining the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce, it was like opening a door full of friends that I hadn't met yet. It's a community within a community, all of us with a shared vision to make our corner of the world a little bit brighter and more prosperous.
Devour is a fast casual restaurant located in Plymouth. We decided to open a restaurant here. We'd serve everything from breakfast, coffee, different types of flavored coffees. We serve breakfast, lunch, dinner, off-site catering. We also do catering here at the facility. What brought me to Wisconsin was the Osthoff. My wife is born and raised. I was the first banquet chef the Osthoff ever had. She lived here her whole life and has lived here her whole life except for the 4 years of college. And once we decided to open a restaurant, we decided Plymouth was the place to be. I think the thing my wife and I both like the most is the feeling of family around the area. I mean, a lot of our business connections are people we knew when we started. Everything from local businesses to just friends and family that asked us to do caterings. And from there it's grown. It's a small town, but yet you still have all the large city things that you need. And it's just a great atmosphere and a great place to be. The first year open, the most popular sandwich we had was the Cuban sandwich. Which started out as kind of a joke. A friend of ours said you have to put a Cuban on the menu, and I laughed and went, yeah, no one eats Cubans. And it became our most popular sandwich very quickly. That and the Reuben, I think, patty melt. I mean, it's kind of classical sandwiches that we've kind of put a little bit of a spin on and made them a little different, but yet there's something you can't get in most restaurants in the area.
Having been from this community and I golfed here as a kid, the course always had some charm and some allure to it. I jokingly had said in college with a buddy, you know, if this ever came up for sale, I'd love to buy it. The course is definitely unique. You know, it's a shorter course. You know, we have a full 18 holes. The front 9 is definitely more open. The back 9's a little bit tighter and more wooded. So, you know, a lot of times people call and ask, what type of player do you cater to most likely? And the answer is everybody. We're working on bringing groups and events in, especially in the off season, you know, hosting parties and events inside. We've reintroduced night golf. It's been wildly popular and we're hoping that continues this year. We set the course up with glow lights. We rig up the pins and cups so that you can see them, you kind of can see your target. And then we sell actual glow in the dark golf balls, which they're LED now. It's not competitive. You know, we have a long-standing tradition here of awesome customers. We have 13 leagues. We're looking to add some more. And last time I counted, I want to say we have almost 400 league members. So we have a great community. We have a great customer base. The staff here is incredible. You know, we've put together a pretty darn good team. So really proud of everybody.